Sports Minutes with Ziaul Raushan.
Money FM 89.3. It's time for Sports Minutes with me, Ziaul Raushan. Now, the Singapore Premier League is set to make history when it kicks off in late August, with a new rule allowing clubs to field up to 7 foreigners per match, the highest since 1996. And while some argue that this could raise the league's standards, it sparked debate over what it means for homegrown talent. We've already seen a host of local names struggle to earn new contracts, none bigger than Shahdan Sulaiman. But we've also seen a cast of high-quality foreigners arrive on our shores, particularly over at the Lion City Sailors. So what is the trade-off? Well, I was out and about at the Soccer 7 series recently held at the Jalan Besar Stadium, and I sat down with 2 former pros to find out. In a short while, we'll hear from Rob Earnshaw, the Welsh striker who played for a host of Premier League clubs. But first, let's check in with a local legend, Abbas Saad, who by his own admission was once that foreigner playing in Singapore. Abbas, welcome to the show. What are you doing here at Jalan Besar?
Thank you. Always nice to be in Singapore. I'm obviously here. I'm part of the Sevens World Series that's held here in Jalan Besar. Fantastic concept, 7-a-side football, and I'm coaching the Singapore Football Club. So I'm one of the coaches in the Open team and looking forward to it.
How much do you enjoy coaching compared to playing?
I would rather play. I'd definitely rather play. I think it's less stress because everything's in your hands. As a coach, you're still playing it on the sidelines, but it's not in your hands. So, but look, it is what it is. It's a challenge, I think. I love the challenge and the adrenaline, and at least I'm still part of the game. So that's the most important thing.
Was there any chance you could have signed on as player-coach rather than just coach?
No. I would have rather just play, concentrate. I think it's hard enough just to, concentrate on what you need to do on the pitch. So if you're a player coach, you're always overthinking, and I don't think you're going to get the best out of yourself.
Abbas, you're a household name, as I mentioned. It would be amiss of me not to pick your brain on some things related to Singapore football, particularly the Singapore Premier League.
Yep.
Season starts mid-August. There's been rule changes. One particular has caught a lot of eyeballs and headlines. 7 foreigners per starting 11 allowed, which means there's space for just 4 Singaporeans. What's your thought as a former professional player from a Singaporean perspective?
Yeah, that's it's a hard one. It's a hard one to take. I'll be honest with you. I know they're trying to rank up the league. They want to make the league bigger and better with better qualities, but that's my sticking point here. What kind of foreigners are you bringing in, and the quality of the foreigners you bring in? First and foremost, I don't agree with it. I think it's too many because the local players, and you can't just bypass the local players and their positions in the league. What's going to happen to your, all the local development? Do they want to play football? Do they want to compete with 12 foreigners? I believe 7 can start, and I think 5 can be sit on the bench, so that's about 12 players. So out of the squad of 22 players, it's a foreign team. I'm not in favour. So I'll be honest with you. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I can see where it's coming from. There's pros and cons to this, but definitely more cons than pros.
Abbas, I hear you, and I'm sure our listeners respect your opinion. I just want to challenge you slightly on it. Years gone by, we've had the under-23 rule, which assured Singaporeans playing time. That really hasn't bear any fruit, has it?
No, it hasn't. And I agree with you. I mean, the Young Lions last year had 5 foreigners or 6 foreigners? So, I mean, it didn't make sense to me, If you're trying to develop and play as many minutes for the under-23s, it didn't really happen that much. Are they going to improve training and playing with better players? Of course they are. I mean, I'll be a hypocrite not to say that, because I was once a foreigner here in the local league, and I know that I and myself and many of the good foreigners here, but don't forget, we were internationals, so we were quality foreigners. Are we going to bring quality foreigners? Yes. If you're talking about Lion City Sailors, they've probably got quality foreigners. But is it going to be all across the board with the other teams? How good are those foreigners compared to the locals? And are they that much better? That's the question mark here.
Abbas, it's been a pleasure catching up with you. Thank you for your time.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
So Abbas there making his thoughts known about the foreign influx in the Singapore Premier League. Quality over quantity, he argues. Next up, we hear from Rob Earnshaw, who was once a young teenager vying for minutes against foreigners as well. He was speaking on the sidelines of the Soccer 7 series, and boy oh boy was he excited to take to the pitch at the Jalan Besar Stadium.
It's a great event. We love being here. And, I think the biggest thing is, once we go out there, like always, our competitiveness will switch on instantly as soon as the first whistle goes. So that's what, we're here. We're looking forward to it. And, I think the other thing is I've got to mention Singapore as well. It's been beautiful the last couple of days. The people have been awesome, amazing, great people. I love the people here. It's been nice to walk around, see the city, and I've actually got a couple of friends here, so they were nice enough to show me around a little bit. So, love Singapore, and, I'm looking forward to playing football here in Singapore.
I can understand your excitement about playing out there in the pitch. Will we see the iconic Robert Earnshaw celebration if you do score?
Listen, my teammates have been asking me, is it still in there? Of course it's still in there. Mentally, but listen, it's been a few years, but we'll see. So wait and see. I hope it comes out. Listen, and this is the funny thing. When you play professional football, there was times where I scored a goal and I couldn't remember the next 2 minutes because you lose yourself, the excitement. That's when I did the somersaults. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel in the moment. I always leave it to the moment and let it happen. But I tell you, the one thing I've always loved, and the reason why I got into football is football celebrations, the goals, the excitement of the game. That's what I love. So we'll see out there.
You're absolutely right. There's a gleam in your eye, regardless of the age, right? When you talk about football, the chance to play football, I understand that. I want to talk about the Singapore Premier League. That's the main league here in Singapore. Heading into the new season, which starts May-August, there's been a bit of a rule change. They're allowing 7 foreigners and 4 locals to be part of every starting 11, right? Mm-hmm. The uproar there is the local league is supposed to help local talent. And the reason I'm asking you this is because all those years ago, when you were a young boy, in the Premier League, there was an influx of foreigners.
Yes.
How did that make you feel in terms of opportunities?
To be honest, it didn't change me too much. And I think the one thing is, if you want to grow a league, if you want to grow the competition, you want to have some excellent players come in. And as long as the clubs are bringing in excellent players, and obviously you've got a mix of local players and foreign talent, but I think together it works. Because I'll tell you, the experience is, very different. But with Wales, if we didn't have the likes of the Gareth Bales, the Aaron Ramseys, Ryan Giggs, Gary Speed, I had, top players, top talents, the Craig Bellamy's. If I wasn't training with them, learning from them, looking how they look after themselves, what they need to do to prepare for a game, getting advice from them, I don't think I would have developed as much because I was always learning off those. So I think that's the thing that people don't realize, because when you have excellent players, they give you good habits, good things, good learning lessons that helps the local players develop. So I think always a mix is always great. I mean, and I've been at football clubs where, in the Premier League, where you've got a mix. You've got a young player, you've got a 35-year-old, 36-year-old who's been there, done that. And it's an unwritten rule almost in the dressing room, where if you see a young player and maybe he makes a mistake, you then either you need a pick up or come on, let's go. There's more in you. You can do better. And the young player then finds another level. So I think that's the thing that people don't kind of realize in professional football. You need foreign talent. You need good players. But I would love that you mix it with the local talent. Always, I think it's great to have the local talent, because there is talent here in Singapore. I've seen it. And I think the biggest thing is those local talent have people to learn off inside the dressing room. I think that's so powerful, because a coach can give you some things. Just playing game time can give you some things. But one of the biggest things that people really don't realize is how much you learn from playing with excellent players. I mean, when I was, for example, I came through, Ryan Giggs is next to me. And some of the little things that he was doing, it wasn't about speaking to me. I could just see it. And I thought, wow, okay, he's on that level. I need to be at a higher level. Gareth Bale comes in. I saw his transition from a young 16-year-old kid to global superstar. And I seeing how he moves, how he takes players on. Those are the things that you really, really take in and learn from every day in training.
Rob, that's absolutely incredible to hear from someone like you talking about the experiences you've had. A quick follow-up to that. Everything you said seems to suggest attitude trumps ability. Some of my listeners will be budding footballers. Some of my listeners may be footballers as well. What's your advice to them in terms of embracing this challenge head on, because it's an attitude thing?
Do you know what? I would say this. It is attitude and talent. Because I think a lot of people try to bring down, if you have talent, it's adding to that talent. You've got to add the mindset to the talent, because when I was young, for example, I was a young player, and in my youth team, I used to say, "Oh, he's small. Is he going to be able to handle it? He gets kicked a lot. He gets tackled. And they kick him." I had to learn how to handle that. I had to learn how to get through that. So if I didn't have a mindset of, I've got to get better, I've got to improve, I've got to realize that there was a tackle coming, I've got to be a little bit quicker. So you've got to have that mindset. But the core of all of that was the talent. Because if I didn't have the talent of coming in and scoring goals, everybody talks about hat-tricks with me, score goals and pop in and I score a hat-trick. Yes, I got kicked. Yes, this happened. Yes, I maybe made a mistake here and there, but then I scored a hat-trick. I won us the game. The talent is the thing that keeps the core of football.
Rob, I could sit here all day speaking to you. I've got a show to do. You've got cartwheels to do. Thank you so much for your time.
I've got to go, I know. Thank you.
Sports Minutes on Money FM 89.3.